Hey YouTube, I know I look horrible, um, but that's what happens when you're on hospital bed rest. Just don't get up and do your hair and makeup, and it just doesn't happen. So, that's just how it is. So tomorrow I will have been in the hospital for 3 weeks. It's crazy. I wanted to make a video just to kind of update you guys on kind of what's going on. I know I've been posting things on my Facebook, sorry, my hair's bothering me, my Facebook fan page, just kind of saying, okay, well, this is going on, this is going on. But I figured it'd be good if I made a video to kind of give you the whole story. I had an ultrasound. Sorry, I'm going to pull up my calendar real quick so I can have some dates. I had an ultrasound on the 15th, and that was when I was 30 weeks and 6 days. Yes, 30 weeks and 6 days. And I had an ultrasound to measure the babies, and at that point, baby A, which is Logan, was 3 pounds 9 ounces. And baby B, which is Ava, was 3 pounds 6 ounces. So they were measuring on the higher side of the spectrum, which in the long run has probably helped them quite a bit. Obviously we did not know what was going to happen, but yeah, so I then got admitted to the hospital that day because of my cervical length shortening, and then I was starting to dilate and I was starting to efface, and essentially that day I went from, within 24 hours, I went from being 1 centimeter dilated and about 30% effaced, I believe, to 4 centimeters dilated and 80% effaced. And that was all when I was on magnesium. And if any of you guys have ever been on preterm labor, magnesium is horrible, but it does stop labor. But even through magnesium, I was still having quite a bit of issues not contracting. So I got admitted to the hospital, and at 4 centimeters, they really can't let me go. Because it really, if I was even on home bed rest, I could go into labor and they wouldn't be able to stop me. So they need to be able to snap, get me down there really quick. So, sorry, my webcam's all like jiggly. So the next ultrasound I had was 2 weeks later, which was December 29th. And on that ultrasound, baby A, Logan, was measuring 3 pounds 9 ounces. And Ava, which is baby B, was measuring 3 pounds 8 ounces. So I looked at the ultrasound tech and I was like, well, that's the same measurement. It's the exact same measurement for baby A, and only 2 ounces more for baby B. And she was like, really? And so she looked at it, and at that point they were like, okay, it's not under the 10th percentile. We're gonna keep an eye on it, and everything like that. So then on Tuesday, which was yesterday, the January 3rd, I had a ultrasound just to check how well the umbilical cords were functioning with the placenta, because that can be a cause as to why babies don't grow. And that ultrasound showed that both of my placentas and my umbilical cords were having to function really, really hard in order to work properly. And if they weren't working properly, the baby's not getting as much nutrients. And so I then had a non-stress test. The non-stress test was beautiful. Baby's heart rates were beautiful, and today they were beautiful today too. So their heart rates have always looked wonderful. And so the whole fiasco yesterday with, okay, are we going to take you or are you not going to take you, was that essentially there was me. Two women had two women that were having twins had the same test yesterday, me and another woman. And both of our results were not looking good. But her results looked worse than my results. And so they took her. Her babies were born yesterday. Heidi obviously anything other than that. So it was, okay, you're still not looking good, but if the ultrasound looks bad and my NST strip looks beautiful, they're going to be like, okay, we're going to try and wait for a little while, get to 34 weeks at least, everything like that. So today is Wednesday. It's almost 6 at night. Friday the 6th, I will be 34 weeks, which is wonderful. And we are going to have another ultrasound to check the baby's growth and check the functioning of their placentas again. If there still has not been a whole lot of change, that means that there hasn't been any kind of growth for 3 weeks, and that is definitely worrisome. At that point, they're going to say, okay, well, the babies aren't growing in your, and so they're better off outside the womb than in the womb. So at that point, they would do a C-section and take the babies. So that's kind of where I am right now. If you guys have any questions, I'll try and answer them as best I can. I'm kind of like, okay, essentially I'm 2 days away from being, well, 1 full day away from being 34 weeks, and I'm carrying babies that are 3.5 pounds. They are the size of what a 31 or 32 weeker would be. So, there's not a whole lot I can do right now. I can just try and keep on taking the calories in, try and see if that helps at all. We've changed my diet. I've started getting protein shakes with every meal. We've tried to up my calorie count, snacks, everything like that. But I don't know, even on my ultrasound yesterday, with that, they checked the placentas, they checked the umbilical cords, but one of the other measurements they have to do is they have to measure the head, and in order to put the results together. And baby A, Logan, his head was measuring 31 weeks and 1 day. and Ava's head was measuring 31 weeks and 6 days. So Ava seems to still be growing somewhat, but Logan's doesn't seem to really be growing at all. And one of my big concerns is, okay, well, if his head's not growing, how is his brain developing? So I have a lot on my mind right now. But we'll just have to see what goes on in the next few days, and I just have to trust that the doctors know what they're doing, and that we're going to do everything possible to make sure that these babies are born healthy. So I think that's all I can say for now. I'm probably going to do another vlog later tonight, maybe. Kind of on my feelings of how it, kind of like what I'm feeling about the C-section and everything, because as you guys know, I really wanted to be able to have a natural delivery, but with Logan being breech, he is completely breech, he's not moving, I'm gonna have to have a C-section. So yeah, so that's all for now. Bye.